I mean, I guess it's technically not over, right? There's plenty of football left to be played, but I mean, come on, this team looks done to me. Then again, last time I said that they responded pretty well, so I mean, let's give them a chance. Let's see what they can do. I'm not forking them just yet. Welcome to the jungle, everyone. I'm Kyle Phelps, and the NFL finally gave me a week that actually makes some damn sense. I actually found it a bit harder to order everything this week because I couldn't wildly swing a bunch of teams because everything actually made sense this week, except for a few choice teams that shall remain nameless until we get to them later. But before all that, I just ask that you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. It really helps out my channel, and you're going to get to check out all the content that we do every week. As of right now, this Power Rankings video is the only video series that I do that covers the whole NFL, but that's mostly because I just started the channel and I'm still getting used to the content schedule, and the holiday season is insane at my day job. But hopefully we'll be doing more stuff like that in the future. For now, though, you can catch us putting out Bengals recaps the day after Bengals games, these power rankings on Tuesdays, or in this case, probably Wednesday, because I actually got to it a little bit late this week, Bengals previews with our crack team of correspondents on Fridays, and the Battle of Ohio podcast clips, which will be put out on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Also, I do live reactions and commentary on every Bengals away game, so you're going to want to subscribe for that too. But anyway, enough about my channel, let's do some power rankings. To recap, we do these in tier sets so that each team gets a little bit of attention without the video getting too long. Now, we're shooting for like a 15-minute time spot here, guys. Tank time is the first category, and it basically is just teams that need to focus on draft positioning. The season's over. You know, it's been over for a while, so go get those picks. Next is the bad teams, which at this point in the season, you can probably go ahead and fork them. But they're too good to tank, so they're just kind of stuck in this weird limbo hell. Playoff hunt is teams that probably won't make the playoffs, but they should still be fighting for positioning because, I mean, you never know in this crazy league, really. The playoff hopefuls are teams that will most likely make the playoffs or like just barely miss the playoffs. Then you got the contenders, who I expect to make noise in the playoffs, but not necessarily teams that I expect to be able to make it to the Super Bowl. Then, finally, you got the Super Bowl caliber teams, which are, well, Super Bowl caliber. I think these are the teams to beat in the NFL and probably have the best chance to represent their conference in the Super Bowl, or at the very least in the conference championship. Let's kick things off with tank time, and at first we got the Detroit Lions, who are staying put at number 32. I don't think anybody saw them upsetting the Broncos, so I don't think anybody is particularly surprised that they're still here. They need to win at least one more game before I'm even really going to consider putting them anywhere but number 32. At number 31, the Jaguars are tempting me to break that rule because they're just not competitive. They're so bad, and I'm so tempted to knock them down to 32. And especially with all this new Urban Meyer drama that's coming up, and and my boy Marvin Jones is out there, he's causing some drama too, and I don't know, man. But they have won more than the Lions, so hey, congratulations, you're not number 32. The Houston Texans are staying put at number 30 for basically the same reasons. I think Davis Mills shows some promise. I don't think a lot of people expected Davis Mills to look like one of the better quarterbacks from this draft class. But other than that, everything's just looking really sad in Houston right now. The New Jersey Jets are staying put at number 29 this week after losing to the Saints. Man, Zach Wilson didn't look great. The running game didn't look great. The Jets as a whole just don't look great. It's bad there in Jersey. Speaking of Jersey, their Jersey cousins are there at number 27 this week, the Giants, because, I mean, come on, what are we even doing at this point, guys? If Mike Glennon is the starter, and it's. I'm hearing reports now that Mike Glennon might be the long-term starter there. Then it's time to tank. I'm sorry, it's over. So getting a little bit better, but not much. We're moving on to the bad teams, and we're starting off at number 27 with the Chicago Bears. They only moved down one spot this week because I think that playing well and ultimately losing against a Green Bay Packer team that is one of the best in the NFL isn't worthy of saying, oh, they need to start tanking immediately. And also, because it's probably time for a new coaching staff, but don't tank with a rookie quarterback. Just don't do it. You're going to stunt his development trying to do some stuff like that. The Carolina Panthers aren't too far off of where the Chicago Bears are right now because they're at number 26. Cam Newton was a disaster this week. PJ Walker wasn't much better. It's pretty much been the story of the Panthers' whole season, right? Abysmal quarterback play, but probably partially because they have no help. It's been rough, honestly. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're at number 25 this week because, quite frankly, guys, it's over. It's done. The one thing that the Steelers had for years was the fact that they'd go win games like this all the time. The ones that they've been losing the last few weeks. Now that they're losing and Ben Roethlisberger's best efforts just aren't good enough anymore, what's left? Also, honestly, Chase Claypool alone deserves this spot for, that mess at the end of the game. And honestly, the mess of his personality that's just been a complete joke for this team, a distraction, and not really worthy of the actual results that the Chase Claypool and the Steelers have been putting out on the field since he's gotten here. I've got the Atlanta Falcons at number 24, even though they're 7-6 and they're technically in the hunt, but come on, it's the Falcons. And I mean, we've seen what the Falcons have done this year. Do you realistically see them making the playoffs? Because I don't. Finally, the Seattle Seahawks are at number 23 because, sure, they're good enough to dominate the Texans. But other than that, I feel absolutely nothing. Just a complete sense of emptiness and void when I watch this team. They're in an impossible hole right now, and there's no way they're climbing out of it this year with the way that they've been playing and just the confidence that you can see in those players. This is not your older brother's Seattle Seahawks. This is a completely new, depressing thing to deal with. All right, so moving away from the depressing territory, it's the playoff hunt, and the New Orleans Saints are barely still in it, but they're still in it at number 22. They're 6-7, and they dominated the Jets this week. But, the fact that they're here at all is honestly nothing short of a miracle. I don't really see this team making the playoffs. It's not technically over yet, so they're here for now. The Las Vegas Raiders are at 21 because, I guess it's technically not over, right? There's plenty of football left to be played, but, come on, this team looks done to me. Then again, last time I said that they responded pretty well, so let's give them a chance. Let's see what they can do. I'm not forking them just yet. The Washington football team is at 20 now because they are clearly not going to win the NFC East. And it was a bit of a long shot in the first place, but they were kind of trending towards maybe making it competitive, and nope. Kind of the way that game went, right? Because, Dallas got out to that big lead, and then Washington kind of made it competitive, and then nope. Just like their chances to win the NFC East. But hey, they're still in control of a wild card spot. The Miami Dolphins stay put at 19 this week because it was a bye week. So there wasn't really much to really happen. They got lucky with some of the AFC weirdness. Those slim playoff chances, they're still there. It's still open for the Miami Dolphins. It seems unlikely that they'll actually get there, but, the dream is still alive right now. The Minnesota Vikings are rising this week to number 18 because beating the Steelers kind of technically kept them on track, right? I wasn't a fan of the execution in this one, but honestly, what else is new with the Vikings? We're going to have to see if this team can actually, convincingly win at some point. And then the Philadelphia Eagles wrap up this category at number 17. They were also on a bye week and should be sending a big old thank you letter to the Dallas Cowboys. I get it, Eagles fans. For knocking off Washington and therefore making a playoff spot a lot easier to achieve. At number 16, the playoff hopefuls are kicked off by the Denver Broncos. They kicked the Lions' butts this week. I suppose that's nice. Now go do it against a good team. That game really kind of felt more like the misleading 3-0 start that they had against the worst teams in football. But, you know, a big win's a big win, so credit to them for that. The Baltimore Ravens fell to 15 this week. And I know they're technically in control of the AFC North right now, but with Lamar Jackson's ankle sprain and everything else seeming to kind of fall apart, I'm not sure how much they were going to be able to get done the rest of the season. The Cincinnati Bengals fell all the way to 14 this week. I still think that they're more likely than not to probably make the playoffs, but they got to start stepping it up here soon because they are not currently in control of a playoff spot. Same goes for my number 13 team, the Cleveland Browns. They got back on track against the floundering Ravens team this week, which is nice. In fact, actually, I think the AFC North probably goes through Cleveland now because the Ravens are probably going to lose control here pretty soon, and right now, I think Cleveland actually looks a little bit more complete than Cincinnati. The Buffalo Bills fell out of the top 10 this week all the way down to number 12 because it's all starting to fall apart for them. They were once considered the cream of the crop in the AFC, but I think the return of the Patriots has them dealing with a little bit of PTSD. Finally, the Indianapolis Colts finish up the category at number 11. They're actually in control of a playoff seed at this point, and I would be pretty shocked if they actually missed at this point. Next, we have a newcomer among the contender category, and that's the San Francisco 49ers, who are now at number 10. That would have been crazy to suggest a few weeks ago, right? But they're now on their 5th win in the last 7 games. Kind of seems like they're getting hot at the right time, huh? The Arizona Cardinals fall all the way to 9 this week because they appear to be trending in the opposite direction of the LA Rams, whom they actually just lost to. And they need to be careful not to lose control of the whole division here soon, because that was, not the kind of loss you want to have at this point in the season. The Chargers are staying put at number 8 because, they beat the Giants. Who cares, right? I'm sure the 4 Chargers fans who are out there care. But, in their defense, they are still a factor in the AFC playoff picture right now, which is why they're sitting up here at number 8, and they were last week. The Tennessee Titans are staying put at number 7 because, beating the Jaguars is kind of almost the same thing as getting a bye week, right? The way the Jaguars have been playing lately. I'm not moving them up for that when they were already up here in the top 10 last week. Finally, the Dallas Cowboys are also staying put at number 6 because beating Washington and staving off any vague ideas about a miracle division battle is great for them. But this game didn't really actually tell me anything I didn't already know about them. Finally, the Super Bowl caliber teams are being kicked off by the LA Rams at number 5. That's right, I'll say it. When this team plays to their potential, they're as dangerous as anybody in the NFL. Hopefully for their sake, they got their bad games out of the way. Now they can focus on staying in the win column. At number 4, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are moving up a spot. Because as weird as the Bills have been lately, they're still a really talented football team. The Bucs coming away with a win in this one is huge, and Tom Brady still owns them. The Kansas City Chiefs are moving up a spot to number 3 this week after absolutely wrecking the lives of every single Raiders fan out there in existence. Now, I told y'all not to count this team out. What did you do? You laughed at me. You said, how can the Chiefs be rated so high, Kyle? Have you seen the way they've been playing this season? Well, guys, the Chiefs are back. Who's laughing now? The Chiefs fans, that's who. At number 2, the Green Bay Packers took care of business this week, and Aaron Rodgers still owns the Chicago Bears. It looked odd in the first half, but they ended up winning by 15 at the end of the day, so I think you can look past that weird first half. Finally, the New England Patriots are staying at number 1 this week after their bye. because it was a bye week. I did not think that they would be 9-4 at this point and in firm control of the AFC, but man, they sure have earned it. So, let me know what y'all think. Did I have somebody too high? Too low? Am I a moron for dropping your favorite team farther than you had hoped for? Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below, and I'll feature the best comments in my next Power Rankings video. But anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Y'all can always find more of what I do at KylePhelps92 on Twitter, Facebook.com/ThePhelps, my Bengals coverage at ATBNetwork.com/Cincinnati Bengals, and on the Battle of Ohio podcast, which is available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Also, right here, if you subscribe. But thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, I'll leave y'all with a hootie!